Hello and welcome to another tutorial on my channel Create by K. My hook size is 3.5 millimeter, and for this pattern I go and chain multiple of 2 plus 1. Start with my slip knot and now I start to chain 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, and now I add one more. I skip the first chain I made into the second one. I go with my hook and I make a single crochet, and now I go in each chain with single crochet for row 1. For row 2, I change the color, grab the new color and pull through, and here I chain 3. 1 2 and 3. I skip the first chain into the second one. I go with my hook, grab the yarn and make a loop. Into the third chain I do the same, make another loop. Now I turn. I go with my hook into the first stitch and make a long loop. I have 4 loops. To the next stitch I make another loop, that's 5, and one more to the next stitch, that's 6. Now I grab the yarn and pull through all my loops, and here I make a chain. Now I have the space right here where I make the chain, so I go with my hook right there and I make a loop. Now I turn and I see here is a loop, so I go with my hook right there, make a loop, and then I go on the stitch and I make another loop. I have 4 loops, I need 2 more, so I go to the next stitch and make a long loop and one more to the next stitch. Grab the yarn and pull through, make a chain, and I repeat. I go into the space I make the chain, and then right here I go over here on this loop and make a loop, and then on the stitch make another loop. I have 4 loops. To the next stitch another loop and one more to the next stitch. I have the 6 loops. Grab the yarn, pull through, make the chain, go into the chain, make a loop, then on the loop right here, and then on the stitch onto the next stitch and the next stitch. 6 loops. Grab the yarn, pull through, make the chain, and I repeat. And the last one I go right there, make a loop, and then on the loop right there on the stitch I have the 4 loops, then on the stitch right here both loops, and the last one is on this loop right here. Grab the yarn, pull through, and I make a chain. Now for row 3 I chain 1, I turn. Right here where is the space I go with a single crochet, and now in each space I go with 2 single crochet, 1 and 1 more, 2, then I skip here and I go to the space with 2 single crochet, and then to the next one, single crochet and 1 more. I made right here 2 single crochet, and now over here I go on the loop right there and I make a single crochet. But first I go with my hook, make the 2 loops, grab the white yarn, and I go like this, and then with the green yarn I pull through. Now I change the color. I grab the new color, pull through, and I make a chain. Now turn. Now I will go in each stitch and make a slip stitch. Go to the first stitch and I make a slip stitch. Then to the next one and I do the same. To the next one, the same. And like this all the way. And I go to the last stitch and I make a slip stitch, and here I chain 1, I turn and I go in each stitch front loop only and make slip stitch. So front loop only and I make a slip stitch. Then I go to the next front loop only and make the slip stitch, and then to the next one, slip stitch, the next one, slip stitch. Now I go into the last one, make the loop, I go with the green yarn like this on my hook, grab the white yarn and I pull through. And now I go and I repeat a row 2. I chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. I make the loops, go to the second chain, make a loop, to the third chain, make a loop. But this time I will only go into the front loop and make the loops. I have 4 of them. And I move to the next stitch, front loop, make the loop, and 1 more to the next stitch. I have the 6 loops, grab the yarn, pull through and make a chain. Into the space right here I go and I make a loop, then I go on the loop right here and on the stitch, and then onto the next 2 stitches to make the loops. Grab the yarn, pull through, make a chain, then I go back to that space, then on that loop, on the stitch, and then on the next 2 stitches I have the loops, grab the yarn, pull through, and I repeat. And the last one I go right there to make a loop, then on the loop right there, on the stitch, on the next stitch, and right here on this little bump, grab the yarn, pull through, and I make a chain. Now I need to go and I repeat a row 2. I chain 1, I turn on the first loop right here space, I go with a single crochet, and then in each space, I go with 2 single crochet, then to the next one 2 single crochet, and to the next one 2 single crochet. I have the 2 single crochet, and then I go right here with a single crochet, but first I grab the yarn and now I pull through, and now I go and I repeat a row 3, chain 1, turn, I go in each stitch and make a slip stitch, I'm sorry, I said row 3, but this one is row 4. So to finish row 4, I go in the last stitch, make the slip stitch. Now for row 5, I chain 1 and turn, and I go in each front loop and make the slip stitch in each stitch. A front loop, grab the yarn and make the slip stitch, front loop, grab the yarn, make the slip stitch, and the last one, and now I repeat from row 2 to row 5 everything I did.